Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys want to see how I created this look on my client, continue to watch. Okay guys, so today I have my client Ariel in my chair today, this beautiful young woman. I am going to be doing a look that I did on myself that you guys have been asking for a tutorial for. So here we go. So we're starting off with some witch hazel. Personally, that's just my step. I put witch hazel as the first step when applying my makeup or just in general. I'm going in with a Max Lux Studio brow pencil in the shade chocolate. And I'm going to go ahead and just follow the shape of her brow exactly how it is. I might add a little bit of thickness, but only because she does have some grown out hairs. So I'm just making sure that I'm following the actual lines of her brows and, give the client what she wants. Alrighty. So yeah, I'm just going in, fixing up the brows. I'm filling in any spots. Like you'll see, I'll fill in the part where the extra hairs are. It doesn't necessarily make the brow super thick, but it definitely just match the length of the front and also the tail of the brow. Now I'm going to go in with some LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is the concealer shade Cool Tan. And I'm just going in and I am carving out her brows and cleaning that up. Any overdrawn brows, I definitely make sure I clean that up with my concealer. Then I'm going to go in with a brush from my from TG Supply, and I am pressing that concealer into her forehead. On the top, I blend it upwards, and then on the bottom, I blend it downwards, just so it doesn't mess up the actual color of the brows that I've already drawn out. And I take my time with the brows just because I struggle with brows a lot. And I've always made it known that I struggle with brows. So that's something that I do take my time on. Yeah, that's the brow, y'all. Look at them. So I'm just going in with the brow pencil again and cleaning up anything that I might have overdrawn with the concealer or over clean up with the concealer. But yeah. So then I'm going to go in with the P. Louise base. It's in Loomer 3, and I'm applying that to her eyelids. And then I'm going to go back in with the same brush from TG Supply, and I am going to press that into the skin. And then I am going to allow it, after I press it into the skin, I'm going to allow it to dry just a little bit. Not so dry as far as there's no transfer, but so much of where it's like a tacky consistency. Like I've mentioned in my previous videos, that's just the best way I feel like, to apply shadows, because the product's actually going to grip onto that eyeshadow. Then I actually used two palettes for this look. I'm going in, this is by Be Perfect. Both their palettes with collaboration with Stacey Marie. I love these palettes. Like, they're just amazing. So that's what I'm going in with. I'm taking some of the neutral shades in there. Starting off with my transition shade. Then I'm going to apply my shade to blend as far as the transition with the area right below the brow bone. So that's currently what I'm doing. I'm taking the original transition color and I am making sure that once I'm applying enough shadow, so when I do add the other two colors, that this shade doesn't fade away. And I am doing a smoky. As you can see, I'm doing a smoky. I just start off with leaving the inner corner of the eye, because you'll see what I do with that next. And so I'm just going in and I'm making sure that I'm blending out the harsh lines when it comes to the below the brow bone, because you don't want to have like a harsh line between those. You want to see those transition in between those two shades. Then I'm going in with a darker brown. This is what's going to help have the glitter pop more, as far as you're going to see the base underneath, but the glitter is going to bring more light to the eyes. And so I go in and I'm using, this brush is from Amazon. There's not a name on the brush, but it's kind of like a fluffy patent brush. So it takes a lot of products up. Oh, excuse me. It takes a lot of product on the actual brush. So then I don't have to go back and forth with applying that shade. So you'll see where I'm going back and forth with all three different brushes that I've used, just to make sure that I've blended all those colors together and where you can see a transition. I cannot stress this enough. Like, there should be no reason why there's a definite hard line in between your eyeshadows. And I do advise always using different brushes for each shade that you're using on your eyes, because it's pointless if you choose to use the same brush for all. Now you can wipe off your brush and go back and forth, but that's just pointless and it takes up too much time. I'm going in with my this is a lash glue. This is the Duo Lash Glue, the green one. And I'm applying that before I apply my glitter. This glitter is from K Glitz, if I'm not mistaken. This is in the shade Coffee. And the reason why I like this glitter is because she puts enough fine glitter and chunky glitter. So there's a mixture of both to where it doesn't seem too much on the eyes. So you will see where I apply the glitter first. Like, I don't apply too much. And I want to focus more on just applying most of the fine glitter, because then it's not going to look too chunky, too messy on the eyes. And so you'll see here in a second, I apply more of the finer glitter at the top so it can look a little bit blended into the shades. Even though working with glitter, especially a smoky eye glitter, it is very difficult to make that seem seamless, like the transition of the eyes. Here, I'm actually just taking off some extra glitter because I feel like it was looking chunky in that one area. Normally, I'll use a tweezer, but yeah, my raggedy nails are broken and I was able to do it with my raggedy nails. So I'm going in with the Juvia's Place Nomad palette, and I'm using that tan shade that I love so much. I'm applying that because I am going to be applying two shimmers in that inner corner. One, I started off with the Slay by Kara shimmer. I don't remember the name for this one because there is not a name on the bottom. And then I also applied Star Crush Minerals. This is, I bought this when I first started doing makeup. So honestly, y'all, I don't even know if these people still have a business. But this is in the shade Champagne. And I just love a highlighted inner corner eye. It just does something to me. So I'm applying that. You see, that's the second pigment that I applied. And so, yeah, y'all, when I tell y'all I did this look on myself and I didn't record it, I only did a TikTok video, and then you guys actually loved the actual photos that I took with this look. So I was like, you know what? Instead of me doing it over again on myself, I'm just gonna do it on one of my clients, and it just worked out in my favor. And I just love how this tutorial came out. Okay, so the top of the eyes are pretty much already done. So then I'm gonna go ahead and use some Benefit. This is their brow gel, just to add to her brows so you can actually see her hair strokes in her brows to where it doesn't seem so filled in. Of course, I've said this plenty of time. Of course, you can tell the brows is filled in, but it just seems more realistic when you can actually see the hair-like strokes. So we're going to start on the face. I am going in with some wipe because I want to make sure any glitter, anything that could have fell off on the eyes is not on the face, because you don't want to apply foundation over your glitter. That's just not a good look, sis. That's not a good look. So I do advise just to clean off your client's face before you get started. Even if you clean it off before you started the eyes, make sure you do it after you've completed the main look on top of the eyes. Then I'm going to go in. This is the Fort Ray, of course, moisturizer in Oats. This is their face milk, and I'm applying that to her face. And I am going to use a Real Technique brush and blend that moisturizer in her skin. I do allow it to sit for just a little bit, so her skin can soak up all that moisture, because you don't want a cracky foundation. Your face is very important as far as when you apply what your final look of your foundation base is going to look like. And I cannot stress that enough. Like, you have to, what's underneath your foundation is just as important as, you know, on the surface. So I'm blending that moisturizer in, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the Laura Mercier. This is their pure primer, their pure canvas primer, but the illuminated one. And that just gives a glow. Like, honestly, it gives a shiny glow, which you can actually see it after you apply the foundation somewhat. Just leaves your skin glowy and ready for, you know, the actual foundation. I did go ahead and add an extra layer of primer in this case, and I did use the Beauty Bakery. It's their butter primer. I love this primer. I've talked about it plenty of times on my Instagram. I also did a video just expressing how much I really like this primer. So here in a second, you'll see where I use the Beauty Blender and I press that the Beauty Bakery primer into her skin, mostly around her T-zone. Okay, and so here's where I'm actually using the Beauty Blender with the Beauty Bakery butter primer to just press that into her skin. And she really doesn't need it, but I just feel like it adds to the longevity of the makeup with primers and the type of primers that you use. But that's just my opinion. Here you see where I'm actually checking to see her shades. And with me, I like to do a little bit of a darker foundation most of the time, because I do conceal and contour. So I don't know. It's just what's been working for me for the longest, and I'm just comfortable with the way I've done it. So I do go in with just a darker foundation, which this is I mix 332 and 334 with the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. And of course, it looks crazy right now, but I promise you it won't look crazy when we're done. And that's just all that matters. So I'm going in and I'm pressing in that foundation, spreading that foundation with, y'all don't look at my hair now. Hold on. Hold on. I ain't even showed y'all my new hair journey that I'm taking. But anyways, so I did go in and just spread that foundation over her entire face. And I'm going to go in with the this is Real Technique brush 202. This is their Instapot face brush. And I'm going to be pressing that foundation in her skin, going back and forth, making sure that that flawless finish is there. You can see it. And baby, you can't question what you're seeing. What you're seeing is that skin being on point, and I ain't even done yet. So this brush is really good. I normally go back and forth with this brush and the Beauty Blender, but somehow I really didn't need the Beauty Blender this time. I didn't put as much foundation on, so I didn't need the Beauty Blender to pick up any excess product that I might have had, because yes, the brush do hold on to a lot of products. So that's something you want to be mindful of. And so that's why I normally use a brush and a Beauty Blender. But in this case, I didn't put that much foundation. So the Beauty Blender was not necessary. Again, the only time I use a Beauty Blender is to take away the extra product and for it not to look so cakey. But the good thing is my clients, they've never complained about their foundation being cakey. Me and this client was actually talking about it as far as just how her face feel lights when I do her makeup. It doesn't feel cakey, doesn't feel heavy. And she really appreciate that because, I mean, let's be real. We're in this makeup outside. We're not taking pictures just to take pictures in our house like somebody, me. But yeah, so now I'm going in with two concealers here. I'm taking the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Deep Caramel. This shade right here goes for a lot of my light skin clients that I have around my shade. It just fits us. It just fits us. And even sometimes I put it on some of my darker clients just to give that intense highlight, which some of them love, some of them questionable about it, but what they gonna do about it? They still gonna bug. Ooh. Um, but then I'm going to go in with the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is in the shade NC42. I'm going to get that once I'm done applying the Deep Caramel, and I'm going to apply it in all the same areas that I applied the Deep Caramel. Yeah. So that's what I'm currently doing. Just applying in my normal areas. Now, y'all, this new technique with how I shape out my concealer, I saw it on TikTok from this one guy, which y'all probably heard of him already. Now, I did this originally. I had seen it one time on my Explore page, and I did it originally a while back. And I did see a difference. And I don't know, but I just went back to my old ways. But I started doing this. I started doing it again, and I actually love just applying the concealer in those areas and how much it lifts underneath the eyes. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna be doing my makeup from now on. If you see me doing otherwise, please smack me in my face. Smack me. But here I am just blending those concealer, not together, but I am focusing on making sure that they're all in the same area before I blend them out. Then I am going to go in with a contour. I'm taking my black opal contour stick. I'm using Beautiful Bronze, which I normally use on myself. And I am going to add a little bit of Suede Mocha because she is just a tad darker than me. Just a tad, not, too ridiculous. So I do want to get those cheeks lifted and her forehead. She doesn't have a big forehead, but I do want to have that face contour on point. So I did go in with a darker contour as well. And this is where you see here. I know somebody stated that I shouldn't be applying the contours like this. But after every use, I actually wipe it off with a paper towel. So wiping off anything that would have touched that client's face. I mean, I think that's quite all right. And I just don't want to be going back and forth with applying it from the brush to the contour. So as long as you're cleaning off the contour once you're done, I don't see what the problem is. But I did go ahead and spray the Morphe setting spray on her face before blending out the contour and the concealer. I've mentioned this in one of my previous videos that someone under my comments for one of my other previous videos gave me that advice. And ever since then, I've just been, doing exactly that. I've been spraying the face. It just helps with blending everything seamlessly. And I also spray before I set with a powder. And y'all, oh my God, it's like butter. It's like butter, honestly. But yeah, I'm just blending out the contour, blending upwards for the forehead and blending upwards for the cheek as well. Here I am going in and I am contouring the nose. I'm not doing too much contour with her nose. Of course, is there, and I'm actually shaping out the lines. So I go in and blend out the two lines that I've created, and I still have the concealer in the middle. I start off with blending out the contour before I actually touch the concealer. That's just a normal step for me to take. If you see me doing otherwise, it's probably because I'm not focused. I'm all over the place. But today was a chill day for me. So I just enjoyed her company and we did makeup and we're talking. She's a boss ass. She does nails. And so we're just talking about stuff like that and just motherhood and stuff like that. So it was a chill vibe. So I like to take my time. Now, we are going in and using that beauty blender and we're blending out that concealer. Of course, I start off with the chin, the forehead, and then I blend the concealer. Now, most people might ask, why do you take forever to blend out your concealer? Well, if you blend out your concealer when it's a little bit tacky, it actually shows up as a fuller coverage. So for the people that are not into too much product, that's the best advice that I have for you. If you're applying concealer, allow your concealer to dry up just a little bit before you blend it out, because then it will appear that you have full coverage on, in which case you don't, and so it doesn't feel cakey. And so that's one of the steps that I take. And of course, with my clients, letting me know how they feel about the foundation, it doesn't feel cakey, lets me know that that's working. It appears to be full coverage, but in reality it's not, or it didn't take as much product to achieve the full coverage. So I'm going in, I am blending that out. Now, I don't know if she's had glitter on her eyes before, but a lot of times with applying glitter, you want to advise your clients that it is going to feel a little bit heavy. I try not to put a lot of glitter on their eyes because, y'all, you know I love me some glitter looks. So I know, speaking from experience, I know how heavy it looks, or how heavy it feels on the eyes, especially when you put on lashes. So I try not to put too much glitter. But then again, I want to make sure that there's enough to actually see the glitter, see the shine, see the bling, look like you paying top dollars for your makeup when in reality it's very affordable and cute. Now, when it comes to the face, why can I not talk? I'm very particular with just the way I apply my foundation, the concealer. I do go back and forth multiple times just to make sure that everything is blended together. The foundation doesn't seem, because when you look at the foundation, if it looks like it's too much on, applying a setting powder over that just might ruin your whole look. So try to take up as much product as you can on your beauty blender or your brush before applying your setting powder, so it doesn't look cakey, doesn't look patchy, and it's just a flawless finish. You know, I'm just gonna boost up my work every time, honey. So yeah, I'm going back and forth, I'm blending that. And I normally tell them, okay, keep looking up, and then don't look down until I tell you, because I always like to go in with a matte powder. So this is the Madame Glow matte powder in the shade 3, and then I'm setting that under eye, the chin, and the forehead, basically everywhere that I've put the concealer, before applying my Laura Mercier translucent powder in the shade Honey. What the powder foundation helps with is just setting the skin, because it's not a loose powder. It allows you to modify and matte that under eye and the chin and the forehead before applying the loose powder, so the loose powder doesn't have anything to actually like grab underneath those, because because we add foundation and we also added concealer, you want to make sure that there's not enough extra or excess product underneath the eyes and the forehead and the chin, because we added an extra layer with the concealer, if that makes sense. Sorry, I feel like I'm all over the place. Oh, but hopefully you guys understand why the techniques I do and why I do it. Because obviously I don't feel as though it's pointless because I'm sharing it with you guys. But I'm going in and I am setting the face. I'm doing the highlighted areas. I'm doing underneath the cheekbones, so that still gives that illusion of the lifted cheekbones. And I am we just talking. Look, she can't see my mouth, but she interested in what I'm saying. I talk a lot. I told you guys I can go on and on for days. I just, especially when you get a client, you guys enjoying each other, it definitely just feels natural, and it's a good environment to be in. So I'm using the same brush that I applied the foundation with, the Insta Pot from Real Techniques, and I am pressing that setting powder into the skin while also dusting off all the extra. So I'm going back and forth, and I normally do the forehead first, and then I normally do the chin, and then on the under eye. But y'all, we was kind of wrapped up in this conversation we was having. But that is the steps that I take. Either way, I'll get to one step at a time, so it's not that I'm missing anything. And so that is, yeah. Ugh. Then we're going to go in with the contour palette. This is from Plain in Makeup by Yolanda. Now, y'all know I rep this contour palette. I just love it. I feel like it's very diverse. It has colors for even, my darkest clients. Like, I love it. You can actually see a contour with this palette. I promise this this post is not sponsored. I just really love this contour palette. And this brush that I'm using for the contour, it's by Morphe. I can't find the brush right now. Oh, I lied. It's by Morphe, and it's the E4 brush. Then I'm going to go in and make sure that I am blending out the translucent powder that I had underneath the brow bone. And I'm just blending that all together. Then we're going to go in with some blush. This is the Good Luck Charm by ColourPop. This is from their Mulan collection. I love it. It's not too much. And it has like a little like highlight to it, honestly. In some different reflection, you can actually see the highlight. But I love this. It's so soft and it looks super natural on the skin, like a natural blushy look. You know what I'm saying? And I do apply that on the bridge of the nose because that's just my style and I've been digging it. Alrighty, so yep, I go back and forth a lot with the Real Technique brush just to make sure I'm pressing everything together. Starting underneath the eye, I'm going in. This is the LA Girl not LA Girl. This is, yeah, it is LA Girl, but this is their Shockwave neon, it says lip liner, but I've been using this for eyes. And this is in the shade Blaze. This is in the shade Blaze, and I'm applying that before going in with the same eyeshadow palette that I used. And I'm taking a color from one of those palettes from the Be Perfect palette. Now, I did the exact look on myself, but instead of that pinkish shade, I used a purple shade. So that's the only difference about this look. Pretty much everything that I did, and also the inner corner, I changed up the color for the inner corner as well. But I went for a similar style with this look. And I loved it. I mean, I didn't want it to be exactly the same because I already did that look. So yeah, I just was like, let me switch up the underneath the eye color. And it ended up looking super cute. And so I'm just blending in that shade. It's only one shade. I'm not using a bunch of shades. I'm just doing that liner and then doing the one shade, but blending it to where there is a transition as well, as far as it gets a deeper shade and then gets light at the end. So I wonder what I'm going to do next. I'll be trying to make these videos long for you guys. But yeah. So I go in with the Morphe setting spray. Whew, just look at that face, and we're not done yet. So I normally use a fan to dry that. And I normally apply highlight right after that. But in this case, I didn't for some reason. But I do go back in with my Real Technique brush, and I am pressing that. I'm still pressing those, that face. I'm still making sure that it's seamlessly blended and everything looks good. Contour not too harsh, nothing like that. So I'm going in with the, what is this? This is Maybelline's new Sky High Lash Honey. Listen, I didn't put too much, but y'all, this freaking lash is amazing. Mascara, I should say, mascara. Then I'm going to go in with the Duo Lash Glue. This is the green kind, the same one that I applied to on top, below the glitter. And the reason why I'm applying it to her eyelids is because it dries super fast, because our skin, you know, naturally produces body heat. So it dries super fast, and then I never have issues of it not sticking when I do it like that. So she did have some extensions still in her eye, like on her lashes. So that's what I was just currently fixing. Then I did spray again because, like I said, I normally apply highlight right after I spray because it intensifies the highlight, and it actually, I like to say marinate. It marinates everything together. So that's why I sprayed it again before I applied my highlight. And this is the Beauty Bakery. This is their highlighting palette, the Milk and Honey. And I am using shade Be Sweet on her. Not too heavy because I feel like the eyes are already doing a lot. And we're not complaining. We're not complaining on what the eyes are giving. I'm just saying the bling already comes from the eyeshadow. So I didn't feel as though I needed to intensify the highlight that much. Oh, and the lashes I got from Amazon. I will put the link in my bio. You can shop stuff that I recommend people or MUAs or people that just do makeup want to purchase, y'all can purchase. So I have that link in my bio. Anything that I didn't list over on the video, I will have in my bio. So check out my bio. And y'all, if y'all made it this far, like, subscribe, and comment. What y'all doing? What y'all doing? So yeah, I'm just going through doing all my highlights, you know, under the brow bone, cheeks, chin, and forehead. Then I'm going to go in with this lip pencil. This is the BFF3 lip pencil from ColourPop, one of my absolute favorite. I use this a lot. I use this too many times is what it is. Too many times. Then I'm also going to go in with the ColourPop lipstick in the shade Quickie. I pretty much use only ColourPop on the lips for this client. So I'm applying Quickie right here, and then you can't go wrong with a gloss. So I do apply their So Juicy gloss. She's Here, my absolute favorite. It's a minty gloss, which my client seems to love it too. So yeah, I done ran out of 3 of these just within a month, I feel like, honestly. But I don't focus so much on carving out the lips too much with applying the lipstick, because once I apply the gloss, then I'm going to go over it with the liner, so it all looks blended together, still giving it the outer line for the lip liner. But y'all, I don't know about y'all, but look at that face, honey. Look at that face, sweetie. Anyways, like I said, I did go back in with the liner just to line it out, make sure that didn't get lost in the sauce with the gloss and the lipstick. And yes, honey. Oh wow, who is she? I mean, she started the video looking beautiful, so I mean, y'all already know. Don't come for Shawty. Shawty was bad from the beginning. Okay. So then I'm gonna go back in with some more mascara, just to intensify the bottom lashes a little bit.
So you, like, I cheated.
Alrighty, y'all. So that is the final look. I did not put down this Instapot foundation until I'm actually done. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment.
It looks so good. Oh my god, this glitter.
Yes.
What? I need this every day.
Yes.
I need this
Be
every
to the
day.
board.
This is so cute.
I'm glad you like it.
I love it.
Okay. So yeah, make sure you guys are subscribed so I can give you more videos like this, more client transformation, more client tutorials. You guys seem to love those. But yeah, this is the final look, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. See you guys in my next video. Bye.